Well, I think what it shows is that there is still a long way to go, that we've had improvements in closing the gender gap between women and men's pay, but frankly it's just simply unfair that women should be paid less for doing equivalent jobs. I think that's what today's ruling is about, and I think that's what the march and the rally today women are campaigning for, which is actually for women to get a fair deal at a time when frankly a lot of women feel that this government is turning the clock back.
It's not just this government, is it? It's previous governments, including the previous Labour government. The Equal Pay Act was passed over 40 years ago, but apparently women are going to have to wait until 2067 to see equal pay. Why is that?
Well, in fact, we've done a lot of work to try and tackle the problem, and Harriet Harman, before the last election, had actually changed the legislation in order to be able to put more pressure on companies to come clean about the way in which they were paying men and women, that you could have proper audits in companies and among employers. Unfortunately, the government has rowed back on that legislation, and I think it's not just about equal pay, it's also about things like the working tax credit and the child tax credit, which is being cut, so that you've got a situation now where women are actually paying twice as much as men in the tax and benefit and pension changes to bring the deficit down. That is deeply unfair at a time when women still earn less and own less than men.
Also, we have one of the biggest gender gaps in Europe. Why is this country so bad at dealing with it and making sure that women get fair pay?
Well, I think you see, still, it takes time to get change, and we have to keep changing people's attitudes, tackling prejudices and discrimination. But we've also seen today a new report out showing that the government has fallen down the global league in terms of the number of women in government and in decision-making positions as a result of David Cameron's reshuffle. And that's turning the clock backwards, and that's my fear. So you have, rulings like today, and you have a lot of work that people are doing in organisations across the country to try and make progress and improve women's equality, because it's good for the economy as well, but at the same time you have a government, particularly a Prime Minister, that just doesn't seem to get it on women's lives and is turning the clock back.